I'm gonna live so God can use me anytime, anyway. I'm gonna live so God can use me anytime and anyway.
Good morning and welcome to Conversations in Faith. I'm Pastor Roy Backus of the First Presbyterian Church in Morris. During this Advent season, we're talking about new life, and I have two of our young fathers here from our Presbyterian Church, and why don't you guys introduce yourselves so folks know who you are.
All right, good morning. I'm Dave Hammond.
And I'm Matt Seidel.
And it's good to have you all here. Dave, what's the name of your son?
My son's name is Parker.
Parker. And then, Matt, I believe you have two sons, right?
Yeah, I have Paxton and Abel.
Yeah, and Paxton's the older of the two, right?
Yep.
So we'll talk about how did you all find out you were going to be a dad? I mean, that's Dave, you're smiling already. Yeah. Tell me, how about that?
Okay, so anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with cars. And I was trying to convince my wife that I needed a truck. Okay. Even though the car I had was not very old. Mm-hmm. So we were arguing back and forth about, you don't need that, Dave. You don't need that, Dave. You don't need that.
Your wife says that to you, too.
She's telling me I don't need that. But she couldn't really give me a good answer why I didn't need that. And we were at a restaurant having dinner, and then she finally just came out and said, because we're having a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what did you do then?
I'm sure my jaw, probably dropped down to the table, and I was in awe for a little while, and then I thought, okay, she just needed an excuse. She's messing with me.
You thought
this
isn't teasing
true.
You, huh? Okay.
This isn't true. She just really doesn't want me to buy a truck.
Okay.
But then after she talked to me a little bit longer and started telling me more, I realized she was not joking. And needless to say, I didn't get a truck.
You didn't get your truck, did you?
But I got my son, which is way better.
Maybe you can get an extended cab truck down the line. Have you ever
that's what I wanted.
Yeah, that's what you wanted then, too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Matt, how did yours happen?
Well, I'm trying to think. We were at the old house, and I think I got home from work, and I remember sitting on the couch, and my wife came over to me and gave me a wrapped present, and I'm thinking, well, this is strange, right? There's no reason. It's not my birthday. And I opened it up, and I'm looking at it going, I don't really know what this is. I've seen these on TV. It was the test.
Oh, okay.
With the positive result. And I'm thinking, well, this is really strange. I'm like, whose is this? Or why do we have this in our house?
Obviously, guys are really quick, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, it took me all of 10 minutes to figure out, it was still not believable that it was really happening, or that we were having a boy or having a kid.
Right.
And so, I looked at it and I said, there's no way. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah, we're... And then I'm sure we were excited and everything. But that was how we found out.
Wow.
The first time. So it was an exciting experience, obviously.
So one of you to win an argument.
Yes.
And the other one to just blow your socks off, period. Yeah. To catch you totally off guard. To see how much you knew about modern science, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, now what happened the day of your son's birth? How did that go? Other than your wives being really angry at you because they had to hurt so much. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I've heard that.
Okay. So the day of the birth, our son was born on New Year's Day.
Oh, wow. Yes, that's right. I forgot that.
He was a New Year's baby. So New Year's Eve, earlier in the day, we had a doctor's appointment. And we went in and they did the different tests, the heart monitor test and whatever on my wife to check the baby, and they said, she was right towards the end of being full term. They said, you know what, he's not moving a lot. Well, we didn't know it was a boy, but the baby's not moving a lot, and you know what, it's time. So then we got sent from Morris up to Silver Cross, and then we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and finally at 8 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day, there he was.
There he was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was a total surprise because she would not let me find out what we were having. So, I mean, it was a total
Did she
surprise.
know?
No, she did not know. Nobody knew except for, the doctor or whatever.
Okay, all right.
The nurse, ultrasound nurse.
Sure.
So, yeah, all of a sudden, there he was.
Wow.
Yeah, and the doctor was, it's a girl, boy, boy. And he
played with you too.
Yeah,
then.
everybody messes with me for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Well, so how did that day? What were the feelings that went over you then during that day?
I don't know if you can really describe it. It's just like, you spend 9 months kind of in anticipation. You feel like, oh, it's never going to get there. It's taken. Seems like forever, and then of course the first thing is you're excited, but then you're okay, is everything okay?
Sure. That responsibility.
Yeah. And thank God everything was perfect. So, and then it's just I don't even know how to describe it. Happy, it's the best day of my life so far. So
cool.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Matt, I know a little bit about yours, but I don't remember all the details.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason you asked me here. It was probably for this story, right? So,
I don't know, not necessarily.
So I coached wrestling, and we were in the state finals in February, at the end of February, and we had some boys going, and it was really exciting, and we had 2 boys that placed that year, and it was really an unbelievable experience to have 2 kids and be able to coach down on the floor and see those kids' dreams come true, and really exciting. And we got home the next day, really late Saturday night, like it was like after midnight.
Okay. And
got up the next morning, and my wife had a couple things she wanted us to do, and so we ran to Joliet and picked up some stuff. And I should have known, I guess, but Paxton wasn't due until April 4th, so I had no idea. This is February 17th. So.
Now, did you know you were going to have a boy? Did y'all?
Yeah, we knew we were having a boy. We did like the reveal party and all that.
Yeah,
so I knew I was having a boy with the first one, and so we went to bed that night, and it was probably close to 2 o'clock in the morning. She wakes me up and says her water broke, and I'm like, once again, like in movie mode, like this isn't real. I don't think that this is happening, and I knew how early it was, and just she had already been on the phone with the doctor and everything, and they said we need to get to Silver Cross, and it's like 35 minutes away, and so I just kind of like panicked, and I got really ill, and I threw up, and I was just completely taken aback, didn't know what was going to happen. Eventually got in the car, had a bag, didn't have the bag ready, had the bag pack a bag, and drove in February 17th as fast as I could from Morris, Illinois to Silver Cross in New Lenox, Illinois. We got there, and because of how early he was, they were approximately 8 weeks early, they told us, we walked in and got set up, and they said he's probably going to be like 3 pounds, and he's probably not going to be able to breathe on his own, and I panicked again, and my wife, she kind of kept it pretty cool through the whole thing, but I didn't. And by 8 o'clock the next morning, 8:32 I think it was, we had a baby boy, and he was 5 pounds, and he was breathing, and he was out of the NICU, and by that night he was out of the NICU.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I remember coming seeing you, and visiting with y'all. Did I make over to see y'all too?
You did come to see me, and I'll never forget. You called me, I don't know if it was the day you was born or the next day, and do you remember this?
I don't know if I do or not.
So you called me and you said, what room are you in? And we were, I think it was the 3rd floor, so 3 something.
Right.
And you said, this hospital only has 2 floors. And you were at Morris Hospital.
That's right.
Looking for us.
That's right, because
we were at Silver Cross.
That's right. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, I was in. Now I remember that very well. Well, this is for both of you. How has your life changed since you've become a father? How has your life changed?
Well, I mean, I can jump in if you.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
I mean, you like single, and then you get married, and it's not just about you, but then it's about you and your wife, and then and now the kids come, and now it's just solely focused on them, and whether it's work, which I still work for me, but I really work for my family, right, or my kids. Whether going to church, before it was just for me. Well, now it's like I need to take my kids there.
There you go.
So there's all kinds of different things that have changed, but really just focused on since they've been born, or since Paxton was born, everything's for them, And so everything you do, whether it's even in my coaching or my stuff through here or through work, whatever it is for them. So that's been a big change.
Yeah,
different context.
Absolutely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dave?
Yeah, it's amazing how, in one day your whole world just, what hasn't changed since, going from the same thing, you get married and, it's just the two of you and you can do whatever you want, and then it's like, okay, well, now you can't, but I think you can't get a truck. So that was your first disappointment. But it's I can't imagine going back to before not having that, not having him, and like Matt said, it's everything you do is for your family now. Mm-hmm. First it was you, then it was you and your spouse, and now it's this whole family, and it's great.
Well, I love watching both of you all with your sons. It's fun. I do. Matt's over here is a little giggling because his son's a little older than yours, and definitely, I remember when Paxton came to that one session meeting, elders meeting, and all the elders fell in love with him right then. And definitely he's a young man and a young boy, but boy, he's a sharp guy. You've got sharp kids. There's no question about that. How do you think Joseph felt when the angel came and said, "Hey, Joseph, you're going to be a dad," but he hadn't even gotten married yet? I see y'all shaking your heads, but that I can't record that.
I got to think about that one.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean.
He accepted it, didn't he?
There's a lot of people that are surprised.
Yeah.
The Dart and married that find out and that they're having a kid, and it's a surprise. It's a surprise even when you're expecting it's a surprise. So
it is. So can you imagine that additional thing? Right. And then his willingness to still marry Mary, like the angel told him to, and then to take that trip. When she was pregnant, you had y'all had the trip over to Silver Cross.
Right.
Can you imagine a donkey and walking from Nazareth to Bethlehem? I mean,
no.
Holy smoke.
No.
When we think about this and put it in our context, when we have it, and that's, a different world, different time, different modes of transportation, and yet still, he was responsible for his sweetheart and for this child that would come. And that really says a lot about him. It says a lot about you guys too, and the way you all love your wives and love your family and love your Lord. I think it's a great gift. Well, guess what? Remember I told you all that 15 minutes would go by pretty fast? We're right at 14, just right now. Is that amazing or not?
Yeah, that did go by fast.
Matt and Dave, thank you all so much for just talking honestly with me and with the folks that are listening, and we want to thank you for your time, and God bless you too in your marriage and your family as the Lord works in your lives. We really thank you. And this is Pastor Roy Backus from First Presbyterian Church here in Morris. For Conversations in Faith during this Advent season. Next week we'll have a conversation with some grandmas to hear about what it's like to become a grandparent. So until next week, this time, the Lord be with you. Bye now.
I'm gonna live so I can